So the Boston Red Sox have been having a very underwhelming season, to say the least. I mean, they've been flirting with 500 pretty much the entire year, and even though there was a moment or two there where it was looking like maybe they could squeak into the wild card spot, I think most people were looking at that team and just looking at the competition that they had in the American League and expecting them to inevitably fall off and get to the place where they're at right now. And considering the history of the Boston Red Sox, like, this is pretty unprecedented territories, guys. I mean, like, you don't often see the Boston Red Sox finishing last in the American League East, and yet for the last few seasons, they've been around that position. All of that being considered, even though Red Sox fans are obviously disappointed with how this season has turned out, it looks like there might be a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. News just broke that Chaim Bloom, chief baseball officer for the Boston Red Sox, has been fired by the Boston Red Sox, and the reaction on Twitter, or X if you want to call it that, couldn't be more clear. You got people cheersing to his demise, other people saying that this is a massive W for the Red Sox, and then just general ridiculousness by the Boston Red Sox faithful. And I mean, even if you didn't expect it to happen right now, like maybe expected it to happen at the end of the season, Chaim Bloom getting canned and moving on from the Red Sox, that was kind of something that they'd been flirting with for a while. Fansided writes that a number of disturbing trends have emerged under Bloom's watch. Continuously neglecting key positions and leaving gaping holes on the roster appears to be part of his MO. So is trading established stars for unproven prospects, but not vice versa, because the future is always more important than the present. His clubs consistently rate among the worst defensive teams in the league, and their base running is atrocious as well. All of those things are grounds to potentially be fired, and they were just happening continuously under Bloom's watch. And if you think about it, under Chaim Bloom, I mean, we saw the Boston Red Sox finish last in their division multiple times. We saw them trade away Mookie freaking Betts, right? That guy was a Boston Red Sox, and he is not anymore. And we literally watched him just botch the Xander Bogaerts negotiations, right? They just couldn't seem to get a deal done. Those are three, in my opinion, just blaring mistakes from Chaim Bloom, and yeah, reason to potentially get fired. The bastards in Boston baseball came out and tweeted it perfectly by saying that Chaim Bloom's plan is sign the worst starting pitching imaginable, lose 95% of all trades made, historically undervalue defense, draft one or two decent prospects every summer, but never pitching, set the bar at the third wild card, wait 5 to 6 years, and then get destroyed by the Bastards of Boston podcast on a nightly basis. And even though I'm sure that they are exaggerating to some extent, there is some truth to what they're saying here. So yeah, this firing was to be expected, but honestly, folks, I think that this is just the beginning for these Boston Red Sox. I mean, a big problem that they kept running into under Chaim Bloom was that he just wouldn't go out and fill those gaping holes that the Red Sox had. And when you're looking at this division right now, right, like you're looking over at the New York Yankees and you're thinking to yourself, okay, well, maybe they are going through a little bit of a rebuild right now, so there is a bit of an opening. And the Toronto Blue Jays, like, yes, they are a good team, but they've been kind of disappointing, so maybe we could edge them out. And I think if you're Boston, you're just seeing this stuff right now and you're going, okay, if we had a competent dude at the top, a competent guy who can, one, bring in more defense and just bring in more stars in general, then maybe we can take that next step and maybe we can be where Tampa Bay and Baltimore Orioles are right now. So honestly, folks, I'm outside looking at this and I'm thinking to myself that this is just the beginning if you're the Boston Red Sox, man. I expect them to bring somebody else in relatively quick, somebody who is going to make a crap load of moves in the offseason, right? I think that they're going to address a bunch of stuff because that roster, even though it is not perfect and even though there is definitely holes, there's stuff to work with there, right? And if you get the right personnel in and if you pay a little bit of money, this team could be pretty good in a few seasons. But folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.